Mama, your testimony, please.
Good day, people of God. My testimony is actually overdue, but it had to come with something. As you know, you can't give what you don't have. So I had to listen to what God is saying and prepare this together with the testimony. When I started this church, I remember the first thing I was complaining about to Pastor was, I've been married. My husband is from Nigeria, and I have never went to Nigeria. Things have been, we have been having challenges and all that. And year in, year out, I will prepare, but nothing will happen. Last year, end of September, my husband all of a sudden just said, we're gonna go. And I'm like, this one, every year we're going. So I didn't take him in consideration. I said, okay, we'll see. Like October, November, and I was like, why? He told me so late. I didn't even prepare things, for me to go. Sure, what am I gonna do? But what I want to say, people of God, when it's God's time, nobody can stop it. God's time is the best. And we went to Nigeria. Everything was smooth. My visas, we got them. Nothing, we didn't have any problems. And also, when I was leaving, I told Pastor, Mom Pastor, and Pastor was praying for us, and he said, go and come back with testimony. In fact, he even said, are you gonna go to the village? I even started getting scared, say, this village, what is happening? That pastor is praying so hard. Say, hey. So I was like a bit nervous. So we went to the glory of God. Like things were just beautiful. Like people there were very nice to me and my family. And we landed in Lagos. We had an offer that the hotel was free for us whenever we go and coming back. From Lagos, we didn't pay anything for the hotel. We went down to Enugu State. Even there, his friend just said, you brought our wife home. So everything in this hotel is free. They even gave us an executive hotel for as long as we are there. So I was in a hotel, I was having a driver. I don't have a driver here. I was having a driver. The person was coming to pick us wherever you wanna go. It was a very nice thing. So I wanna thank God for him making it to happen for us. Even up till today, people they think, Nigerians, if you go home with your whole family, they think there's lots of money. But we didn't have that much money, but God made it, and our stay was very nice. I want to thank you. Also, Mom Pastor this week sent me a message. I was even surprised. So that message, we've been trying to build a house for my mom. The foundation, we got stuck by the foundation. They will come and they say this is wrong, it's not being approved. The architectures, everybody will come. The municipality, they will say this is wrong and the things are not being approved. So on Monday, my mom told me that he's now getting tired of this. It's like the devil is now playing around here. So we have to pray very hard. I told Pastor Tau this thing long time ago, but I'm not gonna say anything. On Wednesday, out of the blue, Mommy sent me a message saying, you are blessed. You and your household are blessed. Later on that day, the people went to the foundation and everything was approved and things were done properly. I want to say thank you. We have a prophetess in the house. I was like this. I didn't say anything to Mommy. I didn't say, but this is the thing. I even told my mom, I received a message from Mom Pastor and look at what she said. And today everything happened and it was approved. I want to thank Jesus. And this is my thanksgiving that God said I must.
I want to quickly expose to you the spiritual depth. The Bible says in Proverbs 22, verse 7. Proverbs 22, verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Everyone that are under spiritual debt, you are like a borrower that is a slave to the lender. Ironically, every one of us here are under spiritual debt. In fact, people of God, you know, if it's a physical debt, you can return it if it is not yet damaged, and you can be set free. What about the spiritual debt that is invisible? How can you return it? And the owner is asking you 24/7. Many or majority of us now that are not moving forward, that are funny and rising, or rising and funny, is because we are paying the debt that we cannot pay forever. Spiritual debt. What are the causes or the symptoms? How can I know that I am under a spiritual debt that I am paying and I have not ended paying? I'll show you those features now. One, they are generational or self-afflicted poverty. It's a debt. Generational self-afflicted poverty. When you find yourself in a spirit of greediness, you are under a spiritual debt. Greediness. Because there is a debt on your throat. Everything must enter your mouth. It's a spirit of debt, invisible debt. You are owing something. There is a spirit that requires you to be. I must possess everything. Greediness. I must possess everything. And it is the spiritual debt that manifests himself in the physical debt. Before a man or a woman goes into debt, watch him or her. There is a spirit or a small or a big spirit of greediness. Self-proudness. What pushes me and you to debt is self-proudness. Brother Kosi is driving 4x4. Sister Kosa or Sister Mpulelo is driving latest BMW. I want to drive BMW also. Greediness. I'll show you more. Spirit of show off. Spirit of uncontentment. Lack of self-discipline. Spirit of competitive and egoism. Spirit of low self-esteem personality. And then the spirit of covetousness. These are the manifestations of the forces of debt. When you cannot control your greediness, You want to acquire everything. Please give me. Please give me. Please give me. Please borrow me. Please borrow me. Please borrow me. Spirit of sorrow. Because you saw a sister that wear a nice hat, a nice cap. Last time you went to wedding with him or with her. The next Sunday, the next wedding, you go to her. You go to him. Please borrow me your shoe. Please borrow me your bag. Greediness. I'm going to show them tomorrow, next Sunday. And then you went to borrow. Because you are very tall or you are very short, you want to wear high heel and you don't have the money for high heel. You go and borrow high heel so that I can be tall. When you finish tall in the church, won't you come down at home? I'm talking to every one of you. Borrow me your car. I'm going to that sister. I'm going to post so that she can know that I am there. After you drop the car, won't you trek to your office the following day? And then the next thing is, every avenue you see an advert. Free car, 0 deposit. Thank you. 0 deposit. They said, bring your ID card, bring your bank card, 0 credit. Take. They will give you first, put your name on the paper, and now say sign terms and conditions. After you, beautiful car, 0. Okay, take it. After you take it, they say you have signed. Have you read the terms and conditions? Forever you are in debt. Say every month ending, we are collecting all your salary, 5,000 for 5 months. Then you now continue 0 credit. Marketing strategy. Spirit of debt has entered. Take this car for 1 month. No payment. After 2 months, you begin to pay the deposit. You enter into it because you want to show up. Because of your greediness. Because of my greediness, you enter into it. And as you are earning it, they are monitoring what you are earning. The spirit is monitoring it. SARS is monitoring it. The bank send your report to SARS. SARS ask them, please, this person, how much is he earning? They say he's earning 5,000 per month. He's owing us 4,000 per month. So please, they take your 4,000, you make 1,000. You want to pay rent, you want to pay children's school. Pastor have said that this is our year of supernatural harvest. Is it not an harvest? But the debt is taking its own from you. Spirit of greediness, covetousness. You are not content with what you have. Do you know even some sisters even borrow wig? Give me your wig to look good. After you remove the wig, don't you look old? And the person that is looking to marry a old woman, when he saw you, he said, I don't want this young girl, I want a old woman. Whereas if you have left your hair with the way it is natural, that's what that man is looking for. You've missed. Say, God forgive me. Say, God forgive me. A single lady going for a conference went and borrowed a car. I want to show them in that conference that I am there. And there is a man, gentleman there, looking for that is driving 4x4 latest Range Rover, looking for a single woman that will be humble. When the man saw you with that car, he said, I don't want this flashy car. person. Whereas the flashy car is not your own. If you have gone there with your 2 legs, the man will have given you a lift. And in the course of giving you a lift to McDonald's, he will have found out that you are a single. And will have said, please be my wife. But the spirit of greediness has taken. It's part of the debt too. It's part of what? Debt we are talking about. Anything that you are owing in your house. Hear me now? Anything that you are owing in your house, after the service today, go and return it back to the owner. Any car you are driving now that is killing your life, that you cannot maintain anymore, go back to the car dealer and drop it for them. And say, sir, Toyota, BMW, this thing is killing my house first. Give me my change. Don't feel afraid about this. If you want to enter into a new realm of supernatural blessing, because that debt is killing your life, drop your arrogancy. Drop it today. Drop it. Drop it. Excuse me, in the house of the Lord, are you looking for somebody's car before you marry them? Everybody here, they want you without your car. In fact, the car that you are bringing here is what is making them not to even like you. Because you are hooting too much. You are oppressing them. Clear the road. The high heel is making you too high. And they are thinking that you are too expensive. Come with what you have. Don't borrow. Tell your sister, say don't borrow. Tell your brother, say don't borrow anymore. Go and return the one you borrow. Say, I repent. People of God, spiritual debts are not preventable. Spiritual debt is forever. It is eternal. If spiritual debt is not preventable, how can I be out of debt forever? Good news. Spiritual debt is not preventable, it's not avoidable, but it is controllable. It is what? Controllable. That means you can control the spiritual debt, but you cannot cancel it. It is forever. Because it's either you are owing God or you are owing Satan. It's not what? It's not preventable. You want to prevent it, then you are dead. That means you are not operating under the principle of the spiritual covenant. It's there. A poor shall not cease among the people. People of God, this is a serious matter. Physical debt is preventable. Spiritual debt is there forever. It's not avoid. You can't avoid it. You can't what? Avoid it. You can't escape spiritual debt, but you can control it. Physical debt, you can avoid it. You can control it. Are you getting what I'm saying? You can what? Avoid it. You can control it. Physical debt. You can avoid not borrowing anymore from today. But spiritual debt, you can't avoid it, you can only control it. What does that mean? Some of the spiritual debt are things that you don't know about. Can you avoid it? And they are speaking in your life. You can control it. But physical one, that one is controllable. After hearing this word now, bury your pride. Not bury, kill and bury your lust of this word. I will soon tell you, and I will round up now, how can I avoid spiritual debt? How can I control spiritual debt? Holy Spirit, help me. Both physical, spiritual. There is a key that hand physical, spiritual. You know that spirit? The spirit of obedience. The spirit of one, obedience. Write it down. The spirit of obedience. The spirit of contentment. Number 2. Contentment. Say it. Contentment. Be contented with whatever you have. As I'm rounding off right now, people of God, write this one down. Whatever you cannot afford, you must avoid it. Studio, please put it on the screen for everybody. Whatever I cannot avoid or afford. Whatever I cannot sustain, I must restrain. Whatever I cannot afford, I must avoid it. AVOID. Whatever I cannot afford, 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 I must avoid it. Good. Let's read it together now. Did you see it on the screen? Let's read it loudly. 1, 2, 3. Whatever I cannot afford, I must avoid it. Say it again. Leave it on the screen like that. Whatever you cannot maintain, what you cannot maintain. Don't say I'm operating in faith. It's a dangerous faith. You are earning the salary, or your total income every month or every day is 5,000. And the FMB call you to come and get a credit card of 7,000. You are calling that supernatural reward. It's a supernatural course. So, you know that my 5,000 cannot afford to pay this credit card. You must what? You must avoid it. Tell them thank you. They called my wife. You know, when they see supernatural harvest operating in your life, they must notice you. Supernatural harvest is entering in my wife like anything. And then, even, let me tell you, any supernatural harvest that does not make you notice, it's not supernatural harvest, it's a normal harvest. Are you hearing me? My sons and my daughter, if your bank has not called you, pay, Sister Sandra, we have noticed the transfer of 50,000, 20,000 that has never been your account. Your account has always been 2,000, 1,000 before. Suddenly we are seeing 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. Come on, you are due for credit card. Come on, you are due for bond. Come on, you are due for another car. You must renew this your car. You must know that it's not yet supernatural harvest. So, supernatural harvest make you noticeable. Say it. Make you a celebrity. That's where we are going. But now when you get to that celebrity, avoid debt that you cannot sustain. It will come. I promise you it will come. They called my wife. They said, come. There is 190,000 seated here for you for free. Take it. You spend it. You return it. You don't spend it. You leave it. You spend. You die. You leave it. I told my wife, what did you say? He said, I collected this one. I said, okay. You collected it. Can you afford it? He said, this one, 90,000. 90,000. This one is a chicken change. Let it just be there. In case I need to buy something for church one day. And they said, I said, okay, that's a vision. That's a mission. After 1 week, they call her again. They said, Madam, come. You are due for 150,000 credit card. My wife said, thank you. Olori Brukuri, ever time in busy. He said, you know what I mean? They said, Madam, we have seen that you are due for another 150,000 credit card. I said, what did you tell them? I said, I'm Olori Bruku, over there being busy. What that mean? Stupid people. They want to run me into debt company. I said, I don't want. I said, you've done well. You should have collected it and come and give it to me. He said, Daddy, I know if I collect it for you, you will finish it one day and then return it the second day. I said, I don't want also. I have got it to a level right now that when I get to the bank, I ask them, this credit card, am I owing you or you are owing me? They say, no, you are owing us. Credit card. You know what that means? When I use credit card to buy tickets, you know that we are in the technology world. So some of these official debt are there to tempt you or to move you or to promote you or to demote you. You must know your level. Lest you enter into a debt forever that will take your supernatural reward for fun.